Hello everyone, reaching out to my fellow community members here. What I want to share with you today is some of the things that you can do to get clarity about what's going on in your team culture and what might be driving some of your things that are a threat at the moment. So every organisation runs on two known things. You probably would have seen it on every metric, KPI and every board meeting. Revenue and its conversion to profit. So what drives revenue and converts it to profit is a middle cog that most people are not aware of. And we did a study for 10 years over 47 businesses to understand what is that middle cog. And we found that it was only two things really. Leadership mindset, number one, and the culture of the team. So let's first talk about number two, the culture of a team. What is in the culture of a team? So there are 7 distinct layers that we've researched at ShareTree that make up the culture of a team. And a team's culture is nothing but the collective character of its people. So right now, your team cultures are under threat, and what's creeping through cultures is fear, hysteria, and sometimes division, and this is not great for your cultures. So the 7 layers of team culture are made up of people feeling safe, people feeling supported, people feeling accomplished, and people feeling valued. So these red layers, our foundational layers, are the core that make up any team culture. Now, some of the more advanced cultures work in these higher layers. Feeling valued is at the center of culture because it links into all other 6 layers of culture. Now, these advanced layers in green are the sense of feeling free, feeling evolved, and feeling meaningful. And let me tell you right now, given the crisis of COVID-19 and the coronavirus, these 7 layers are under threat. People are not feeling safe, they're feeling less supported because they're working out of home, they're feeling less accomplished because revenue is depleting and its conversion to profit is under threat. They're feeling less valued. They're feeling less free because they're in lockdown mode. They're feeling less evolved, but it's the greatest opportunity with your idle capacity right now is to engage your teams and to do some online training and continuous improvement training. And they are also feeling less meaningful because they're under threat and they're distracted to be working on things around survival mode. Now, these 7 layers are influenced by 5 levers or 5 influencing segments. So let me share with you what those segments are. It works like a cross section. So the 5 layers of influence or the 5 levers are number 1, the mindset and the self-perspective. So we mentioned earlier that the first key driver of culture was leadership mindset. So the self-perspective tells you the mindset of the entire team. Lever number 2, it's the longest lever here because leadership has a 5 times influence on the culture. So for all the leaders out there, don't fool yourself. Your mindset is the greatest impact that you can have on your team right now. So make sure you keep it sharp, innovative, and caring for your people. The third lever is communication. Keep your communication up, clear and transparent. The fourth lever is the organizations and systems. So these are the things that hold your organization in check when it's under strain. If it's run by people and you don't have good organizations and systems, you'll be at a greater threat right now. And your fifth lever is the ecosystem. That lever has already been pulled. Yeah, right now, the ecosystem is under threat, which is why it's sending shock waves through your organization and your culture. So what we want to offer to the community as our way at ShareTree to give back is for any culture out there, particularly if you're greater than 30 people, the bigger your culture, the bigger the impact on your culture. So we're offering for any organization out there some clarity on where is your culture right now and where do you need to focus to keep your culture strong so you can maintain that conversion of revenue into profit and ride through this crisis as strongest as you can be. Now the way that we do that is we'll give you an insight on what is your current team culture's engagement. There's 4 quadrants, whether your team's disengaged, disheartened, directive engagement, or self-actualized engagement. The objective is to get everyone into the self-actualized engagement mode. That'll be very challenging right now, but something you should measure nevertheless. Now this part here is really important. It's what we call the culture heat map. It's going to give you an understanding of exactly which layers by which levers are currently under threat. So there's a lot of things that you need to do, particularly right now with what's going on and all the change and strain that's happening. It's really important, and this is what we want to give to you, is clarity about where do you put your focus and energy. It's a 10-minute survey for your team. You'll get absolute clarity about where your culture is now, You can measure what the impact of the virus is having on your culture, and you can measure back in with them in 3 to 6 months' time. That's all from me from today. We look forward to hearing from you. If you want to take advantage of it, reach out, comment, and please share it with others. Thanks a lot.